Hey guys, welcome to an awesome episode of Comics Blow My Mind. I'm your host, creator, Superman. No breaking news, no nothing. This is just a video with me and you. I want to thank for 10,800 fans. You guys are awesome. I got a couple of messages lately, saying thank you, and you guys are welcome. I do it for you guys and the rest of my team. We all do it for you. So what I wanted to talk about was why we love comic books. And, you might disagree with me. You might agree with me. It's just my opinion. But I'm going to explain why we love comic books. Now, when I was 5, I never wanted to read. I didn't want to read. I always fought with teachers and, my mom. And, my mom got me into superheroes when I was real little. I'm 25 now, so back in 95 is when I got into comic books. And my mom told me, hey, Ninja Turtles, they read. Superman reads. Spider-Man reads. And being 5, I believed her. So, back then comics were so cheap. Every week, she would buy me some, for me to read and learn how to read. And I dove into that world of comic books, and I thank comic books for having me be the man I am today. And I know that goes for a lot of you men and women out there that agree with me too. So why I love comic books is because it's a thing of beauty. Just that word, comic books. It's a beautiful word. Beautiful 2 words. You want to get all literal and shit. But just saying it is awesome. I recently started collecting key issues. Now, if you guys don't know what key issues are comic books that are a first appearance of a character, a death of a character, an artist rendition of a character, or a major event, like something like this. This is Spider-Man 300, and it is the first full appearance of Venom. So this is like a key issue. And then, there's just regular other comics that aren't key issues, but, they're just fun to read. Now, there's a lot of people that I've talked to and a lot of people that I know. It's really been bothering me lately. I'm starting to collect key issues, and I'm still young, so by the time I'm a little bit older, my collection is going to be really nice. But I collect comics for me. I don't collect to sell. I collect for someday I can pass down to my kids. But there's other people out there that I've met that, love comics like I do, collect too, but it's all about that money and about that grade. Now, what I mean about the grade is, for instance, this. This is a CGC comic. Basically, it's CGC is a company that, that grades your comic book. It gives you a grade, and they seal it up, and they, tell you something special about it, or the writer, or when it came out, stuff like that. Now, if you go on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, you'll see, these go for a lot of money sometimes, and, whatever. But there's a lot of comic book people that I've met that don't care about history whatsoever. They care about this. They care about that, the grade. Now, a 9.8 is like the best you can do. If you get a 9.9 or a 10, that's a lot of money that, you just get lucky. But a 9.8 is usually what people get. Now, this is signed by Stan Lee. And I don't know if you see his signature right here. And I won this in a Marvel auction. And I'm really happy. It's not a significant issue. It's just Amazing Spider-Man 700.1, a little mini series right after the death of Peter Parker in Spider-Man 700. But this comic isn't worth that much. Maybe because the signature's on here, but I didn't get this to resell it. I got this because one of my idols, one of my heroes, signed it, Stan Lee. Without Stan Lee, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be gangbanging, or prison or dead. That could have been a possibility, or I might have been a lawyer or a doctor, but I'm happy to be a comic book fan. All because of this guy, Stan Lee. And that's why I got it. And yeah, I was lucky enough to get it 9.8. That's freaking awesome. But if I put this on eBay, it's only the autograph it's going to get money. Not, and maybe the grade. But it's not a significant issue at all. What bothers me is people downgrade comics because of this. If it's not a 9.8, it's not a 9.6, it's not even in the 9s, if it's not even high grade, then it's not worth getting. Are you fucking kidding me? For instance, this. I got this for $1. I was lucky, and a lot of people didn't believe me. I don't care. They can kiss my ass. It doesn't matter. I didn't pay full price for this, so I'm completely happy. To be honest, this is like a 7.5, maybe a 7.0. It's not a great high-grade comic, but I don't care. It's history in your hands. This is a first appearance of Venom. Venom's popular, and I like Venom. Venom's a great... Now he's an anti-hero, whatever. It's all about history and the love. Todd McFarlane, amazing artist, creator of Spawn. I loved his Spider-Man series when he did Spider-Man, and I got a lot of them, like, for instance, it's not Todd McFarlane, but, first appearance of the Black Suit, Spider-Man 252, a very key comic. These are both key comics, but I didn't get them to make money off of them. I got them because they're history. They're beautiful piece of history in my hand. And this, I bought it for $50. Now, it's probably an 8.5, but I don't care what condition it is. It could have ripples and shit. And it's just having something that a lot of people don't have is what I like. And one of my prized possession comics, and it's going to be very surprising when I say this, but one of the comics that I cherish that I just got is Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance of Miles Morales. Now, these are going for at least $14 to $20 on eBay. All right, I bought this not because of the whole Spider-Man news being ethnic or anything like that. I bought this because back in 2011, I connected with this character. I'm Hispanic, he's Hispanic. I get his dad was like a scientist or whatever, but I mean, he's just one of the first major, he just meant a lot to me as a character, and he was so good, and he still is, and I just connected with this character, so I'm happy and proud to have his first print, first appearance. Miles Morales is the shit, and then, like, for instance, this, Superman Action Comics #1. Now, not a really significant issue, it's just a first print. These are going for $14 to $20 right now because it's first print, first edition, whatever. But I really love the cover and its history, and, just collecting key issue comics is freaking awesome. And, like, Loot Crate, Rocket Raccoon #1. I was fortunate enough to get that. And then this is really cool. I'm a big Stan Sakai fan. And you guys know who Stan Sakai is. You guys know his series that he did for this. Now, why I'm so happy about this is I didn't get it CGC'd. I didn't want to get it CGC'd because it was just meeting him, giving him a hug. And, I've read this, read his character since I was little. And he was nice enough to autograph it for me and do a little sketch. Of course, I could have went to CGC and be like, oh, hey, he's about to do something for me, and then, got it CGC'd, but I didn't want to because, this is something special to me. What it all comes down to, I'm not bagging on people on what they like. I don't care. If you like comic books because of the grade and all that stuff, that's fine. That's you, But the value of a comic doesn't come from its condition. It's not. The value of a comic comes from its pages, its writers, its artists, its beauty. Believe it or not, comic books, they do have a shelf life, just like us. And I know it sounds stupid, but comic books are a thing of beauty, in my opinion. There's a reason why we all love comic books. And, like I said, a comic book isn't valued by its stupid-ass grade it gets or the condition it's in. It's about history. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. You know, when I hear people complaining from CGC, oh, I sent my comic in CGC and I got an 8.0, an 8.6. I am so mad, an 8.5. Who gives a flying fuck? It doesn't matter what grade you got. You have something that a lot of people don't have. Appreciate it. People don't have money like that, you know, get their shit CGC'd or stuff like that. There's people that I know that just own comic books with no backboard, no paper like this. Nothing. It's just a comic book on top of a comic book on top of the comic book. They don't care about the condition. They just read them and they appreciate them for what they are, you know. And just stop whining about comics and condition. I mean, I know the comic book industry, condition's key. I get that. But from someone that loves comic books for what they are, it's not about the condition. You know, it's all comic books are beautiful in their own way. You know, the writer, the way stuff is written, the way stuff is drawn, the little details, you know, it's not just about the cover, you know, or the condition. You know, there might be a favorite scene in your favorite comic book. You know, oh, this scene really made me happy, or this scene is memorable because I remember this part. I'm just saying, like I said, you guys might not agree with me, but it's just, I think people should appreciate comic books no matter what grade they're in or what condition they're in. Just be happy to have something amazing. You know, we're in that digital age now where, you know, comic books you can read on your tablet or your computer or your phone, you know, and a lot of comic book readers don't own a comic book, and that's fine. You know, they read it digitally. That's cool. I do that sometimes too. But it's having something like this in your hand is special. Having a comic book in your hand is something special where you can flip through the pages and see the artwork, and the smell of a new book is just, it's an amazing feeling. I just don't take comics for granted. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, you collect key issues, you know, you just collect it and put it in a bag and don't open it. You're right. That's why I get stuff like this, trades or graphic novels. So I can read those comics without damaging, you know, a piece of history. I don't care if, like, okay, for instance, my dream book is Hulk 181, first full appearance of Wolverine. Hulk 180 is the first appearance of Wolverine on the last page. But that book I've always wanted, you know, and it's expensive just to have that book. I know a lot of you watching this probably have it. Awesome, good for you. I'm really happy for you. I'm going to get that book someday, and I'm going to appreciate it. I don't care if it's completely fucking, I don't care if Satan wiped his ass with it. I'm still going to cherish that comic, you know. Well, I mean, I'll make sure it wouldn't smell first, but you get what I'm saying. I'm just happy to have something like that in my hand. And I'm just saying, appreciate what you have as a comic book collector. Doesn't matter if you don't have a key issue. You just like collecting comics just to collect. Awesome. I do that too. But I got the biting bug where I, you know, start collecting really cool issues. And that's what I want to do. But I also collect comics from time to time just to read them. And that's it. But just stop bitching about condition, about grade, about all that shit, you know. And a lot of you comic book fans that are on Comics Blow My Mind, that are starting to collect comics and have any questions, you can always ask me. Send me a message in Comics Blow My Mind. I got you. You know, like, it's just my opinion. You don't have to like my opinion. That's fine. I'm just appreciate what you have. That's just all I'm saying. You know, there's a reason why I have this Superman and Batman on my arm. I didn't get it because they were my favorite. I got Batman and Superman because they, not the character, but comic books in general, changed my life. I'm 25 years old. By the time, hopefully, if I live to 80 or 90 years old, I'm still going to be rocking Superman t-shirts, Batman t-shirts, Spider-Man t-shirts. It doesn't matter, you know. I'm still going to be rocking it. You know, I'm 25 years old and people still, you know, make fun of me from time to time. You like comic books, and, you know, I was like, go fuck yourself. It doesn't matter. You know, a lot of people like watching porn. You know, I like reading comic books. Not really much of a difference there. Well, there's a huge difference there, but you know, metaphorically, you get what I'm saying. You know, I'm proud to be who I am. You know, I'm not an asshole. I just tell it how it is. And if I hurt your feelings in this episode, I'm sorry. It wasn't my intent. It's like I said, it's just my opinion. Just be who you are. You know, if you want to just collect for the grade and for the money, you know, and it's so valuable to get this 9.8 so you can make some cash on it, or just having the best condition as you can, okay, cool, go for it. I'm really happy for you. What I'm just saying is, don't bag on a book because of its grade or because its condition, or love comic books because comic books, you know, are a very beautiful art form that a lot of people take for granted these days. So that's just me. But thank you so much, Comics Blow My Mind fans. You know, 10,000 fans, and we're almost close to 11,000. You guys are awesome. You know, hopefully me and Alex, or Mr. Freeze, we're gonna do some stuff together where we're gonna, you know, Google, where you guys can watch into our conversations live and discussions about certain comics and reviews and stuff like that. So we're bringing that towards, you know, you guys, and hope you guys like it. Hope you guys like, you know, being entertained. You know, I'm here to entertain you. I'm not here to be boring and shit. So, but I just want to thank you guys, how awesome you guys are. And it's the end of this video. Just remember, appreciate what you have. Don't take stuff for granted, and be who you are. And just remember my motto: live, laugh, and love, and always smile. And have a good day, guys. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up. Have a good day, guys.